A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. I watched this maybe about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and I really didn't like it very much. I thought it was bland, a bit unimpressive, and I just didn't really care for the movie. It's a good movie, it's effective, it's solid, I don't know, I just got on its wavelength, I guess. When I first watched it a few weeks ago, I was not on its wavelength. This time I was. Maybe I switched a part of my brain off and just enjoyed it more, or I don't know. All I can really say is it was a good movie. I would give it 7 out of 10. It's a well enough crafted movie, very creative. The ideas are very interesting. Freddy Krueger was a remarkable creation. I have to admit that there is a lot of invention in the story, there is a lot to like, and not much to not like. So, okay, all I can really say, as far as analysis, the only thing that really springs to mind worth talking about is the ending. Logic does get very fuzzy in the last sort of 2 minutes. They go into the mother's bedroom, and from this point on, logic falls apart or becomes super fuzzy. And the thing is, Freddy Krueger's powers, Freddy Krueger's now in the real world, but for some reason, all of a sudden, now in the mother's bedroom, he's now got his supernatural powers back. So that was a wee bit odd. It reminds me of the extras of part two. The director, Jack Shoulder, was interviewed, and he said that, look, part two has lots of problems, I do not deny it, but it was not part of an established franchise, it was only part two. The rules had not been set in concrete at the time, and the first movie has some rather questionable logic. The rules were not completely laid out in the first movie. And I thought, well, that's not really true. The rules are pretty self-evident, he has to be in the dreams to attack, etc. I think I know what Jack Shoulder was trying to get at. Basically, it's the last sort of 2 minutes of the original movie. Logic really does fall apart. Freddy Krueger does seem to have powers when he's in the real world, when he really should not have these powers. So it sort of explains a wee bit of why part two drifted off in the direction it went in, and messed with the logic of the series, because the first movie actually at the end really does become a bit messy and illogical. And I also interpreted the ending this time as actually being a complete victory for Freddy Krueger. So it does make me go a wee bit, so how did Nancy survive this and walk into the mental hospital in part three? Because the end of part one, as far as I'm concerned, she pretty much died.